Okay, good. Let's start with the status from last week, and then Jay will do the demonstration. So let me share my screen if it works. If you lose me, send me a text, call me on my phone. So let me share my screen. Like I can't see your video, so.
It's not loading yet, but yeah, it's loading now. It was fast.
Okay. So since last week, so we shipped 10 days ago. And then last week, I did a few things related to the project. Well, directly, I mean. So I fixed a bug in the blog's RSS feed. It's actually a new feature because the default description of an RSS feed is the title of the item of the container. And so for the blog, it was wrong because it has a description field. So I've added blog part feed item builder, which will just provide a description of the RSS from the blog. Very simple, and I applied it on both 1.8x and 1x. By the way, just to mention that I created two branches, 1.x and 1.8.x. Again, 1.8.x is for bug fixes and small improvements, which will not break anything or delay a release, and 1.x is for new features and long-running tasks which could take long to integrate and release or break something.
By the way, can't we use some more straightforward technique instead of such double commits?
Yes, I will stop it.
It's like cherry picking.
Yeah, I won't cherry pick anymore. I will merge.
That's even better.
And more often, so that you can rely on 1.x and 1.8.x will be merged into 1.x more frequently. Yeah, cherry picking is bad.
Yeah, merging will be great. Yeah.
So then I fixed some little typos in the media services module. So URL which should point to MS OpenText was pointing to Microsoft directly. That's going to change that. And also I've already started renaming the Azure text in this module to Microsoft Azure, or actually to any module which is in Azure. You see, for instance, so Windows Azure Services becomes Microsoft Azure Services. So for those who didn't know about the name change, it was announced at build. It should be effective already, so I don't know. So now everything is called Microsoft Azure something. So Microsoft Azure websites, Microsoft Azure media services, and so on. So I've started changing names. It's just feature names than the technical names, because the technical names we're not using Microsoft or Windows at all, just Orchard Azure. So it's fine. There will be no breaking change, just text UI change. Let me see any question. Blah 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 blah. Okay, we should look at okay. Then on 1.8x I did, so I was answering a question from Jao28 with Jao28. Let me see. Jeff Olmsted. So Jeff, the famous Jeff. I didn't know it was Jao28. Okay. or maybe I always forget about it. He was mentioning a perf issue with queries which were long to load because he had 200,000 titles, something like that, and the query content type was also joining on the title, and it was very slow. So I looked into it, and I also found it to be slow after a few 100,000 content items, like 30 seconds, and it was timing out. So to simplify, if you have, let's say, 200,000 or 100,000 content items, and you try to go to the content page, this was my use case test, it will time out. And I was local on SQL Server, and so which means you can't have more than a few 100,000 content items. This is quite limiting, and I took some time to look into it because there was a question about it also a few weeks ago. Someone asking if it could handle 1 million content items, and I directly said no. I have some customers who tried that on load with 1 million content items, and it was not working. So I decided to take some time. Please excuse my voice. I decided to take some time to ensure to see what was the limiting factor and how to make it work. From a previous user, I got some feedback that the issue was in the joins, because when you do a simple content item query, it will join between content item record, content item version record, and content time records, and also common part, because you want to sort on the creation time usually. You want to see the latest content first. And the order of the join was an issue because SQL would not filter before selecting everything. There was an issue like that. So I looked into the query and tried different techniques, and the technique which fixed the issue was to actually remove the join and the content type. And whenever I removed the join from the content type, it was really, really fast, like 10 items or 100,000 items with the same time to process. Then I tried to, instead of using a join or content type, to replace the join by because the content type table is quite small. Like in average 20 content types, and maximum you will have 50 content types, no more. So we could cache the IDs, and we actually currently have a cache of content type IDs. So what I did is I replaced the join to content type names by a direct where clause on the IDs. So instead of saying inner join content type where or on name equals page, we will have now instead of inner join where content type ID in 6, 9, 12, something like that. And this was fixing the time. So I applied the patch directly in the code. So in the code, it looks like this. It's in sorry. It's in the default content query. We have some way here using the cache, and here caching the record ID in memory. So what I removed is the bind criteria pass to the content type. It should not be commented, but removed actually. And instead here, instead of doing an inner join on the content type, on the name of the bound content type, I'm looking for content type.id, which an Hibernate converts to a simple foreign key test or predicate instead of doing an inner join. So this is fine. And and that's it. So there is no more inner join for the content type table. Then from 200,000 content items, I went up to 1 million content items. I created 1 million content items with the page type, which means it has a title, an auto route, actually an alias record. It has common part. it has a body part, tags part, so lots of parts and records tables just to ensure that it was fine. And it's behaving like you have 10 content items, so you can't even find out that you have 1 million content items, even when you page. So I think it's a good improvement if you have lots of content item. Any comments on this one?
Why was it going slow on the join?
Ask SQL Server. I don't know. Well, I can't explain why. I could see that the queries you were sending was slow on SQL Server. Because of scans, indexes, and everything it has to check to order things. Even when the index, it was doing too much work. It had to do too much work. I don't know. I'm not good enough to explain that. If someone can, that's good.
Because I thought the tables would have joined by ID, and then all.
Yeah, but there's still a join, and it still has to scan the full table to search for something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Is there no? Do we have indexes on those two columns?
Yes, we had.
Okay. Okay.
Those
Maybe
joins are everywhere. Everywhere.
Not. There are some indexes that we could add actually. Like the title part doesn't have an index, and we sometimes sort by title. Like the queries, they are sorted by title. That is that was a trigger for Jeff's comment. But still,
also the normalized username is very badly lacking an index.
Yep. So we could still improve some indexes somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But 1 million items. I didn't try with 50 million, but we should. So and by the way, I also answered back to the guy who I said why answered that it will not work, saying now it works. So maybe he left, but now it should work. By the way, I found an issue with this change, which is can't find my change. Did I lose it? No, here, this one. So the issue after this change is that now we can support 1 million items. I tried to go over all the 1 million items by paging, by doing next page. It's fine for the next, for the first 1,000 items, but after at some point the paging starts to be really slow. And it's also slow in SQL Server, in SQL directly, so it's a SQL issue. And I found out that the top 10 thing query that Dynamite generates for SQL Server was not optimized. And if you define the 2012 dialect, it's much better because it will handle that directly, the paging in SQL. Otherwise, it has to scan all the first items and then select the top 10. So that's an issue. I fixed it by adding the support to the 2012 dialect in an Hibernate, and also by adding a new property in the settings, which is called MaxPagedCount. By default, sorry. By default, it's 0, and if you let it to 0, there will be no impact on the application. But if you define a value like, let's say 500, you won't be able to page after the item number 500. This is just to prevent a user from paging very high numbers if you have very high numbers of content items, which will go into timeout or block the database with those queries. So it's a security measure to mitigate side effects if you have lots of items. This will. Sorry.
So this is just for SQL Server 2012.
This is a feature in our job. So you can limit the number.
I mean, it's only an issue before 2012.
It's an issue.
You said it's faster.
Even so yes, correct. Just try it. If it's fine in your system to have as many items as you want to display, it's fine. It's just an option in case you have 1 million content items and someone will do a page on the 1,000 content page, which would hit the last item in the order, and will scan everything in the database, and will still be an issue and timeout. So it's a security measure, and what it will do. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. The issue is that when you page, we need to count items, and counting, even if you look at the first page, counting items with the filters we have, we'll do the query and the filter on the 1 million content items. So this will be very long. So if you have count, even if the query is very fast, because it's fixed, the count will still take 30 seconds and timeout. So by setting this value, the count won't be processed anymore. It will just return this value. So it will say, okay, we assume you have 500 items, and you can page from 1 to 50. From pages 1 to 50. So it won't count anymore. It will assume that you know the count, the max count that you provide, and users won't be able to go further. If you want to see items which are further, do a more limiting filter, or sort by something else, or whatever. And if you're not happy with the change, put 0, it won't change anything, and you will hit a timeout. Sorry. I'm condescending.
Should we not calculate this kind of based on the provider that we're talking to?
It's nothing to do with the provider.
No, but it's to do with the database, right?
No, even though the count will, even with SQL Server 2012 dialect correct, it will be slow to count 1 million items with a filter. Counting whatever RDBMS you're using, I checked, I just Googled it. Everyone says you can't count on millions of items. They won't be able to do that. What you can do is have a counter which is stored, and you can pre-count stuff, and it might not be exact at some point, but you have an ID. So they say don't count if you have millions and 10 of millions or 100 of millions of items. It doesn't work. It doesn't scale. Is there any good feedback on the chat? Yeah, so Bertrand says people don't realize that. I didn't realize that. I just Googled it and looked at Stack Overflow what people were saying, and all experts say you can count as many as items. If you have a big website with 100,000 content items, that's already huge. It's fine. Don't touch anything. But it's just here to prevent, if you have millions of items, it's to prevent side effects like this. So try that. Create a table, create 1 million items, very simple table with integers, and count. Index it and count, just to see, and you will see. If you come with a better solution, that's fine. If you don't like it, let's 0 in this property, and you're fine. If you have 1 million content items in your database, you have other issues than that. So you'll see. But we have a solution. It's not blocking. It's fine. You can use millions of content items now. That's good. I also checked because a customer contacted us, and it's a huge customer with millions of content items. I wanted to see if there was a solution, and there was, so I fixed it. And I have not checked if it was impacting the perf for medium number of items. It could. Just give some feedback if you can try that. By the way, I have some code I will remove in this fix here. This thing, right now I'm testing if it's SQL Azure, I'm setting the correct dialect, and I'm also looking into the connection string, like a magic string that you could add in the connection string to enable the NIBN dialect. This is wrong. I've tried it this morning, it doesn't work. So I will remove this code because it doesn't work. I will check if there is a connection string, like generic property value I can use to define these kind of things. That could be possible if you have the solution. Tell me. So my idea was that if you had a magic string in the connection string, we could detect it and enable a specific direct to optimize things. There must be some solution like this. So that's it for the updates. What you can see here, I can I click on it. I'm working with Rosalyn. Rosalyn. So Rosalyn is the next generation compiler for C# and VB.NET. It has been announced, the new CTP has been announced at Build Windows last week. Also, they have shown some interesting scenarios that they can do. He said, now Rosalyn is integrated in Visual Studio and you can have access to the compilation pipeline. So when you hit control, when you build your solution, there are events that you can register to and plugins that you can create to impact the build which is currently running. For instance, you could say, oh, Rosalyn is building my solution or my project, and it's building a class, for instance. What's the name of the class? Oh, it's class named shape. Oh, let me add something specific into the IL. Let me emit something. Or let me... So this is one kind of extension that you can do. Or you can also say, you can, for instance, add some diagnostics. For instance, ensure that all the if contain curly braces. And you can then extend Visual Studio this way by adding some warnings and compile errors and also some snippets to fix it. So you can instruct Visual Studio how to inject the curly braces if they're missing. So you have lots of extension points with Rosalyn. So we should talk about what scenarios we can enable with that. I'm sure Piotr will come up with crazy ideas. And this branch has nothing to do with that, actually. It's just to check the Rosalyn compiler with ASP.NET, or it could improve things and performance. But yeah, later. Okay. Any question? Screw you, everyone. Me? TBM. The blog machine. Correct. If that's just what you saw, that's nothing. Shipka, Jay, your turn.
Hey guys. Yeah, so Jay and I have been working for the last couple of months, or last more than a couple of months, on a new website. And Jay made a little presentation about it. So this purpose is to explain what it does, what you can do with it, and what the idea behind is. So Jay, take it away.
All right. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a British accent.
Awesome. So yeah, I prepared a little presentation about AutoPros. So I should share the screen first.
So can you tell us who you are and what is AutoPros?
Yeah. So I'm kind of new to the community. Shipka and I are friends since the elementary school. So we know each other. What is it, like 25 years or something like that? So we go way back, and but we've been keeping in touch with each other, and I knew he was into Orchard, and he showed me things along the way. I'm a visual designer, so we always kept in touch with each other. And last year he came to me and he told me, I have a project that I really want to do, and why not collaborate? And so that's this the first thing that we are doing. And if I'm correct, you can see my screen.
Yep.
All right.
I'm sorry, I can't.
What I'm going to do is, that was actually the quick introduction. I mean, Shipka needs no introduction to the community, I think. So his role in this project was, more the project management and the development, and I did the visual design and front end design. We started off September last year, and so this is the first time we collaborate together. And what I'm going to show you today is, give a little bit of an insight.
So yes, Jay, you have to wait 1 minute because we have lost Benedek, who is recording.
He just needs to rejoin.
Something announced around Ramachanda TechEd, that just can be good. Let me see if it will be in the. I think it will be maybe in the keynote actually. There will, yeah.
Orchard's going to be in the keynote at TechEd.
It's possible. I don't know. I don't know. The announcement maybe. Benedek, where are you? Sorry, Jay. Go ahead. Good.
Hungary has gone offline.
All right, so I can continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna switch back to the presentation view. So what I'm trying to do today is give a little bit of an insight into the process we went through, and we'll try to give a little bit of a demo of the beta version. So maybe we should start with what Orchard Pros is. It's an online platform for the Orchard community. So that means the Orchard users, as well as the experts, and as well as the companies who are using and building on Orchard. It's part of an online directory to find the experts and the companies. But it's also a platform to get help and advice. And we want users to develop more skills and build a reputation for themselves. So that's kind of in a nutshell what it is. And the reason why we started this was we kind of had a few goals we want to accomplish. We want to grow as a community. The Orchard CMS platform is growing, and so we needed to facilitate the platform for the experts to profile themselves so that others can find them. And we want to have a platform where users and developers could find great support. in the end, we want we want people to help each other, to share knowledge, gain more skills, and just overall to learn more. So we set out a goal to every orchard user should reach a new level. So that's the reasoning behind it. And we first met in September last year, and we had just many ideas. But there was one thing that Shipka really wanted to implement. I don't know if you know him, but he's kind of a RPG gamer, and that goes way back to games like Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy. So he, through the years he was always talking about he wanted to make a RPG game, and so we tried to make it a real platform, something that you can gain experience in real life. So that was a concept that we had back then. So from there I went to sketch a wireframe and flowchart. Well, you can see we made a progress each month. I tried to think of a concept for a logo, and made a design for the website. Once that was done, Shipka could start the development of the basics. Well, in the next month, I would start on the front-end design. So we progress month by month, and we've been preparing for a demo version for you all. So I'm very excited to do this today. So this is the logo we have right now. It's not quite the final version yet, because there are some things I want to tweak on it. But the basic idea is we wanted to stay true to the Orchard project, and it has that leaf in the branding. So I thought we shouldn't stray too far away from that. And I took a caterpillar as a symbol of the evolution that users can make if they take part in the Orchard Pros project. So this is the view of the site, and from here I will go.
No. Stay on the slides. It doesn't work.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. All right.
Why did it work for you and not for us? Orchard Pros.
So yeah, this is the live version of the Pros, so what you see here is kind of like the basics. You can create a ticket, and in the ticket you can ask for help you can create an issue or a task. And so this is perhaps one like this. No, I should take another one. This is a solve ticket, and users can, reply to it and give some help, give some advice. And when you create a ticket, which I can show you right now, well, I should have to sign in first. So you have some stuff you can mark it. So I can choose what type of issue it is. There are some categories. You can also tag the ticket. And here's the kind of the gamified experience that we have. You can gain experience if you if you participate and solve this ticket.
Maybe nice to mention as well that the amount of experience points, it's calculated based on the current user's level. So if you are an experienced Orchard developer and you create a ticket, the person who solves your ticket will gain extra experience. So it's that's how the amount of experience points is calculated.
Can I be a wizard?
Oh yeah, there's rankings, and you start out as a rookie. We all start out as a rookie, but yeah,
magic spells.
Some of us can.
And
yeah, totally. You will be the wizard. I've seen nice things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also possible to, if you are really urgent and need to get things solved, you can decide to add a little bit of a financial reward to it. So you can add a bounty. So say like $50, $100 or whatever. So you can actually, by helping people, you can earn some money yourself. Let's see, and there's also...
Yeah, Jay, can you try to start a bounty?
Yeah.
Show how that works.
So this is a very tricky thing I'm working on, and so I want to make some...
Yeah, and pay with Stripe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have my Stripe account.
Oh, that's fine.
Ready.
You don't have you don't need that. Just click on the button, and it will launch a dialog. Currently, it's just integrated with Stripe, but we plan to integrate more payout systems. Just enter as a card number. Four groups of 5. No, just 5, 5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
And the last group should be 4s. And then 4s, yeah. And then enter a date in the future. That's like 12, 16, for example.
All right.
And CVC just 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. All right. So I'm going to pay $1,000 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's off my credit card.
Awesome.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is that if you are in need of instant help, in dire need of having something fixed quickly, you could throw in a little bounty and have people jump onto it. Hopefully, that's the idea.
Yeah. So that's great. What I want to show you is, say I have this issue and these are some replies. And this guy, just he really helped me out, and I want to solve this issue. This is in my ticket, so I can't solve this. That's my phone ringing. Sorry. But by solving a ticket, you are asked to give a recommendation of this user, as well as provide a rating of how, of the quality of his help. And by this way, you can, build a reputation for yourself. And what you see here is Mr. Skywalker here is 5-rated rookie. But yeah, that's the way to profile yourself on this platform. It's kind of like a mix between Stack Overflow with a little bit of LinkedIn, and in the future edition we're trying to add to more social features. I'm right here at my profile page, so you can add your own logo or header or whatever. So this is the this page will be public, at least the profile page. And what you see here is you can add a job title, you can add a summary or a biography of yourself, you can add past position where you've worked, and add more skills. Shipka, the skills part, was this user generated or?
No, this is you provide this information yourself. So it's not like LinkedIn where others recommend you. You enter your skills and you say how good you are at it.
All right.
That's how it works.
And below here you can add the recommendation people have given you. So this way, you can really have a professional-looking profile. Let's see. Is there anything else I should show, Shipka?
Yeah. So did you showed how to create a ticket? You can attach attachments. You can follow tickets, reply. Did you show how to solve a ticket?
Don't need to show. Just tell us what we can do and what's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So when somebody replies to a ticket, you can then, as the ticket creator, you can mark the reply as the answer, and thus solve the ticket. And if there's a bounty associated, the bounty will be given to the solver.
If I die, do I lose my bounty?
Yes, you lose your bounty. It will be mine. It will be ours. We are in possession of the money. This is currently beta. It will be published right after this call onto the URL orchardpros.net. I'll type it in.
You can answer by talking. Oh, I thought you were answering George.
No, yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just typed it in. What else? Well, this is basically it. The idea is that we want to support the community, taking it to the next level by engaging the experts more to help others solving their issues, and at the same time profiling yourself, and so that we can expose a directory of orchard specialists That's version. That's the first version. We have more features coming. We have a little roadmap. Jay can elaborate on that. But that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. I think you're right on that. So these are the kind of like the main features we have. You can create tickets for questions, issues, or tasks. In the future, we could add projects. I'll say you can create a project and have experts work on bigger things. You can add an optional reward for the one that solves your ticket. And this platform provides you, help and advice. You can gain experience. You can earn experience and money, and you can get rated for the quality of your work. And in the end, we want to give a stage for people to build a reputation. You have your own profile page. You are listed in the online directory. And in the future, we want to add features so you can interact with each other, and that's by using social features. So we kind of compiled a roadmap. So today we're launching the beta version, and there's still some things that we are gonna work on. There are some tweaks that need to be done. I hope some of you would like to join us and give us feedback so we can improve on this. And towards the latter half of this year, we want to add new features like badges and certification, achievements, the social features, a company index, and also allows you allow people to comment on tickets and answers. So we have big things planned for this, and who knows what the future will bring, but we could also provide documentation or provide a platform for jobs. That's really something that we can't think about right now, but it's something that could happen if things go well. I would like to invite you all to join the beta and give us feedback at feedback@orchardpros.net. And you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. That's basically what we've prepared for today.
Thank you, Jay. Awesome work on the slides, as Sultan mentioned. And I think it answers to a question, or someone emitted the idea of having a Orchard community website a few months back, kind of a professional community now, at least. So that's good.
Who was that?
A few months back we talked about having a website for the community to, I can't remember the goals, but I think it was related to this actually. That's great. If only it worked. OrchardPros.net. That's it. OrchardPros.
OrchardPros.net. Yeah, it's not live right now. After this call, it will be deployed. It will be swapped actually using this new swap feature, the preview feature of Windows Azure, or should I say Microsoft, and then it will be live. And send us your feedback if you have any questions. Do let us know if you like it or hate it or think something's missing. we appreciate any and all feedback.
I was really stuck for days, but the guys at Orchard Pros were quick and really helpful.
And that's what we want to hear. So
Yeah, thank you, John,
there
for
must be a
that.
John out there that said that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. Welcome.
Yes, thank
Where's
you.
the Muhammad Ali quote?
That would be a big feedback. Okay, great. Next topic. We won't have time for triage. That's a shame. I want to talk about Ali quotes. Yeah, we need Shipka. No Muhammad Ali quotes.
Come on, Shipka.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to add those. They'll be there.
So, two more topics. 1.9 features. We have opened the call for feedback for next features. Maybe you have followed what people were requesting. Globally, what I personally think that people were wanting, I saw lots of people talking about localization. I saw people focusing on REST API also at the beginning, dynamic layout, audit trail. These are the, and also a bunch of people requested more bug fixes. These are the most often items. Did I miss anyone that you think had more requests than that? Localization, REST API, dynamic layout, audit trail, more bug fixes. People want. So can try to reduce the scope and see what is the priority. Other topic, harvest. Was the website open last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, not long after the meeting.
Is that this one? Yes, orchardharvest.org. Thank you, Nick. What do we need to say about it?
Have we got any speaker submissions yet? Do you know?
Yes. Submissions. I don't know. Ilan is getting them. Maybe Shipka. I don't know. But Ilan, I think so. We want to talk about it. I have a Microsoft speaker already. A good one.
It's not you, is it? Because that's not a good one.
Oh no, I don't count. I'm not Microsoft speaker when I talk them. I'm the Orchard speaker. No, I won't. No, when we display the names, when we make them public, you will see. I haven't asked the Guru. I will ask him if he wants to say something. How long? 10 minutes? Maybe it could take 10 minutes. Just has to work like. No, he has what's his name? Executive, whatever. Executive director, I don't know. Executive vice president. Custom car for him to go from one building to the other, so it should be quick for him. It's just like 1 minute drive. So I will ask. Maybe I know he does sometimes things like this. It's local. If he has nothing to do, maybe he will accept it. Now I have a technical talk from well-known Microsoft guy. We will have some more, and also oriented toward ASP.NET in general, not just Orchard. Because there will be technical stuff announced later, so about all those things, Orchard and everything. So that will be nice. He spoke. Yes, that's what. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, he talked at AutoConf last year. So if he did that for AutoCurve, could do 10 minutes for Orchard. Yep. Any question? Comments? All registered. I've seen that.
Neither are you.
I just registered the last time, just to improve the stats. Last minute stat. Or yeah. Great. Question, comments about anything?
Nope.
So, this was your last chance to talk. No, you can't say that. I won't read it. It works fine for me today. Okay. Okay, so see you next week. Zoltan, you ping me on offline.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.